Hi,
Hello.
Teresa.
Hi,
Hi,
Teresa.
Teresa.
Yeah.
How
How you
are
doing?
you? You doing
Good.
okay?
Yeah. Are you guys, your family
Here's
safe and healthy?
Yes, thanks for
doing
asking.
good.
Good.
Everybody's managing.
Good.
We brought you here a little bit under false pretenses. We brought you here because we told you we wanted feedback on how we've done these last few weeks with all our creative virtual education. But in fact, Jeff Rolfe is on the phone, is on the screen with us for a different reason, and he'll tell you more. All right, so just hang on
Okay.
to every word. Here we go. Jeff, we're all yours.
Hey, Teresa,
Hi.
how are
Hello.
you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I have some really exciting news for you. So we, as you know, maybe you know, every year we have a graduation awards banquet. And so since we couldn't have that this year, we're doing it virtually.
Oh,
And yeah, and so I get the pleasure of presenting an award to you tonight for
wow. Thank you
the
so
Eyewear
much.
Gallery. Yes. So the award that you're winning is the Eyewear Gallery Dispensing Award of Excellence. And there's some criteria involved. I'm going to tell you what that criteria is. There's actually 5 categories: professionalism, designing the optimal eyewear for the patient, practice management skills, creating an experience, and the last one, of course, you know, I love everybody to do really well on their dispensing skill expectations. So not an easy task to do in one term, but you did really well with it. So I'm going to tell you about that. So, but there's 5
Thank you so much.
categories. Yeah. So, so I'm going to start with professionalism. So I'm going to kind of talk about each one of the categories and how we came to the decision that you are receiving this award. So under professionalism, we want you to demonstrate excellence in professionalism. While we may often think about this as mannerisms or how someone presents themselves, it goes a lot farther than that. And we look for how interns develop professional talking points in product presentation and how you build value and promote the experience. So also, if a patient challenge comes up, how did the intern react, and did they maintain an expected level of professionalism during that encounter? So how did you do? So here are my notes from when you were on your rotation. So it says, Teresa, you were always on the top of your game. You exceeded expectations from day one through the entire term. Your ability to create rapport quickly with your patients spoke directly to your professionalism. So that was the first category. So great job on that.
Nice.
The second one is designing the optimal eyewear for the patient. And in this category, what we look for is for the intern must have shown a desire to learn product so that they could best apply the technology and the design to a perfect pair of eyewear. They should carefully listen to the patient and understand their wants and needs. And so this is what I wrote about you. So while all the glasses you designed were well thought out, you always took it upon yourself to seek advice and solicit feedback. I could tell you cared deeply about the patients that you were serving and hoping that they would receive the very best. You did a great job asking open-ended questions and gathering information from the patient. You made the most of every opportunity. That was that category. And I'm going to go on to practice management skills. And the description under that says, as you know, there's so much more to managing a business than just selling product. It includes working towards a business plan, making creative, maybe even creating one's own unique marketing strategy. But one must learn the daily aspects of running the office. This includes frame-born management, cost of goods, which are areas that can be brought up or that were brought up during the Eyewear Gallery rotation. And here's what I wrote as far as how you did. So Teresa, you would always ask questions. For example, how do we manage inventory and why? And why is something done the certain way, particular way that it was done? You ask these questions on a regular basis. You might have asked the Eyewear Gallery staff what the best approach was in doing something. So like if you were thinking about your own practice, you were constantly thinking about how I might do it if I had my own business. I always felt you were thinking through and coming up with your own plan. Also, I believe at the conclusion of the term, you developed a whole new appreciation for the time and energy that goes into managing the optical department of a practice. So that was that one. And then creating an experience. Now, I believe creating an experience for patient is really the top one. being that it's number 4 on here doesn't mean that I rate it as 4, but I think creating an experience is really number 1. Considering glasses can be purchased just about anywhere these days, we know that having a nice office, great frames, and maybe even great prices doesn't always make someone successful. We are very much in a people business, as you know, and I often reference during orientation how patients are there for a reason, especially in our clinic, because they just can't drive up and park that easily. So if they're in there walking around, they're there for a reason. So we want to make sure that they're served and they're taken care of. They don't always trust everybody when they first walk in, and they don't often know where to begin. So the ultimate goal is to create an amazing and memorable experience. And that's what I really look for the interns to do. And so how did I think that you did in this area? So Theresa, this category somewhat ties into your professionalism. You have the ability to help the patient feel at ease, and you are a real people person. I mean, you love people, you're very outgoing, very energetic. When working with a patient, like, they quickly lower their guard, open up, and they trust you. Also, when patients would enter the Eyewear gallery, you were always there and ready to help. Excuse me. They always felt welcomed, and you are very approachable. You have your own way of making everyone feel special and important. You are a fun-loving and kind person who can always bring down any barriers a patient may have. Great job in that area. The last one is exceeding dispensary skills or dispensing skills. The description of this category, I would like to see every intern develop the best possible skills, obviously, during their rotation. Adjustments aren't always the easiest thing to do, but what we look for you to do is learn as much as you can. But it's not always about adjustments. While that is a big part of what we do, there's a lot of skills that come with troubleshooting, working through a patient's concerns at the time of dispense, and how to, and maybe even adaptation issues that you might have to help the patient with. So what I observed with you is similar to creating the optimal pair of eyewear. Even the perfect pair of glasses don't always seem to work out. Theresa, you learned very quickly what steps were needed. When the patient was struggling, maybe adapting to that new progressive, you could turn the experience around through good listening and maybe a little bit of coaching. You always stayed calm, cool, and collected, which is best for the patient. And patients do count on us to walk through them to make sure that they have better outcomes, because as they say, we're the experts. Patients have always said, I don't know what to do about this. You're the expert, you tell me. So you could do this, and you did it very well. You are always in charge of your patient encounters and did a great job with them. Your overall adjustment abilities were very good, and if you needed help, you would ask because you wanted to learn the best approach and the best steps to take in everything that you did. So those are the 5 categories. As I said, I think you did an amazing job. You're chosen to receive the Eyewear Dispensing Award of Excellence. In closing, I would just like to tell you how much I've enjoyed working with you. I'm very grateful and honored to have this opportunity to work with someone like yourself. Best wishes on your career, Dr. Theresa Watt.
Thank you so much. Wow, I can't even really.
Congratulations.
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 Thank you.
You
Thank
get to
you.
say a few words if you want to, Theresa.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This whole week is all about me. I've been reminiscing with all of my time that I've had, and I can't imagine being at a better university. Thinking back to you, and every single one of you have made such an impact on my life, and I think to myself, how incredible is it that out of all the places and all the people you guys were put in my life, and I got to meet you and learn from you guys, and you're just so incredible, and I really just can't tell you enough about how much I really appreciate all that you do and continue to do for students. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We feel like we each just won an award from you. Our thanks goes to you. Thank you so much. We'll announce it to the class, and then we'll be in touch about what the award entails and all that kind of thing tomorrow. But we wanted to get to tell you in person.
Thank you.
We could, and give you a rain check for celebrations when we can.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm so glad you guys are safe and healthy. And I really appreciate all you guys have done through the whole process too, because it's definitely, you guys are all working hard and making it special. Even I was not expecting that. False pretense is correct. I was not ready for But
Feel like I got
All right.
27 pages of comments that I wanted to share. So
Yeah, if you have comments, Mike, send them to Mike. He'll still take them. He'd really appreciate that.
oh my gosh. I mean, I had written down how many patients I had seen, and I was like, you know, if these people are asking me specifics, I got my Meditrack info right here.
This is an award winner. That's the mark of an award winner.
was
I'm just
prepared.
going to say that. All right, my dear. Have a good evening. Stay safe.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Bye.
bye-bye.